What exciting scenes have we got in store this evening? Well, we're going to start with make sure your field of operations are all set up and ready. So, what have we got going on? We've got the chimney starter on the side gas ring, easier than playing around with lighters, so that's just warming up to temperature. I've got my gas barbecue set up. I'm going to be putting this focaccia on it. This is worth a note. So I've taken the vaporizer bars out, so I've put a diffusing panel on it, which is basically just a baking tray upside down because I want to calm that heat. So when I'm cooking this, I'm going to have it on a low heat because I want to bake it all the way around top down. I don't want to just sear it from underneath and end up with a black bottom. Right, I've got my broccoli, that's going to be charred off. That's got some, that's butter with some herbs and spices in. I've got some vine-ripened tomatoes, I've got my pepper skewer, got my chicken, I've got my wine, and I've got my ale in my Viking horn. And I've got my grape oil, my salt and pepper mix. So, this is going to be the scene of some furious action. Woo! This ain't no time lapse. This was like Lizzie's temperature the first time she saw me. Here's a little bonus tip for you. The seasoning that you put on your meat quite often has sugar and salt in it, which will actually bring the fluid out of the meat. Okay, so this is why sometimes with certain types of seasoning, you don't want to do it too long in advance. So it's just taking me a little bit longer to get this barbecue up to temperature than I hoped for, which means some of this liquid's escaping, which is a bit of a shame. But not to worry, we'll drink through it. Let's see the last one going down. Listen for it. Little tip for you, have two sets of tongs when you're dealing with charcoal. Have one for messing around with your charcoal and one for your food. Much quicker, more hygienic. Okay, about 3 minutes in. Just turned one so I know they're good for turning. Let's turn this little one as well. Nice how easy they came off because I let them just char up nicely. Oh. Close her up. Meanwhile, got these little rascals sizzling away in my left ear. So remember that good tip I said in one of the other clips about have a 5-minute rolling timer alarm on your phone? Keeps you on track, always reminding you to be doing something. Let's have a quick look. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm cooking the food of my food. Okay, so the broccoli is charred, not burnt, that's ready to come out. I position these because they're round, because I wanted to wander around a little bit. But with the chicken, I've kind of cut it into cubes, but I just needed to help it. So pointing them all together like that, that's helped me a lot. So we can start taking some of these things out. Woohoo! So taking everything off that's ready, if you notice on that kebab, there was obviously a cool spot affecting both of those when they're in the original position. So just move it around, work the coals. That's obviously a hot spot, so get it over there. So we want to make a perfect steak, nearly 250. Now I personally like my steak blue in the middle, but I want it seared on the outside. So I've purposely got, if I put my fingers there as a bit of a gauge, yeah, it's probably 2 inches thick, that. So I'm going to oil this up. I know that the barbecue's hot enough, so let's get it on. Okay, I need to be quick. Come here, you little rascal. Are we ready? Oh! Get back together, you bugger. Right, let's close it up. Let it do its thing. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with. Can we get... Is it released? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, just a little bit of teasing required. Oh. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, yes. Now I'm going to put it there. I made the textbook mistake. I put it bang straight in the middle. Let's push that down there. Right. Okay, so while the steak's doing its thing, I want the sauce doing its thing. Oh, that's boiling up a little bit. I've knocked it down. Yeah, that's okay. It can do its thing there. Right, just that. Right, let's see how we're doing over there. Using one of these thermopens I've talked about. So I like it blue in the middle, so I'm looking for between 40 to 45, so I need to gauge putting this into the middle of the fattest bit. So because I know there's a bit of a split going on there, I'm going to put it there and see what temperature we're talking about. So that's still proper raw in the middle, 18 degrees. That's fantastic, because that means I can leave it in longer to get that beautiful sear, which is what I'm after. Okay, so let's do another temperature check. Hopefully this will answer a couple of people's questions about how long you cook this for, how long you cook that for. The answer is until it's done, and you don't know that unless you've got an internal temperature. So we'll go straight in there again. Oh, getting closer. We're getting very close there. Probably 2 more minutes. And it's feeding time. Now don't forget, you like what you see, you like it, subscribe to it, share it with all your barbecue